get to their house, and start setting up for the party. For context, me, Beth, and all the friends that were coming to the party were underage. But Beth's dad went crazy buying a ton of alcohol for us. I wasn't comfortable drinking because I had never really drank before this occasion tbh. But I just went along with it and figured I didn't have to drink that much if I didn't want to. The next day the party happens and we're all having a good time swimming, listening and dancing to the music, eating and drinking. Joe was practically with us the whole time, handing out drinks to everyone. He was trying to include himself in our conversations and wanted to hang out with us. I thought it was so bizarre, but I tried to look past it and enjoy my time because they really put a lot into the party. Now nighttime rolls around and the majority of my friends start to leave, but a few asked if they could stay the night because they were too drunk to drive home. Beth's house had a big living room, guest bedroom, and her sister's room was vacant since she had recently moved out. So Joe said they could all find a place to sleep. The people who stayed were basically all guys and people who were more friends of our friends that heard about the party and just showed up. Some of them I had just met that day at the party. I was so shocked he let these guys stay over. He was so paranoid about Beth having a boyfriend or even going to prom with a guy, but yet he got these underage guys drunk and let them stay all over the house. Now here's where things took a huge turn and got so creepy. That same night me, Beth and the random guys are all chilling in the living room watching some movie and munching on snacks. Joe decided to come out and sit with us like he's one of the pals. He starts talking it up with the guys, and out of nowhere he says, "Isn't Liz a stunner? I always say, once she's 18, she's mine. And I'm not letting no one else have her." Once I heard that, I was done. After I went home the next morning, I knew I had to stop going over there. Which ultimately meant I wouldn't be able to be friends with Beth anymore. I felt horrible, but school was over, it was summer and I graduated. And Beth wasn't allowed to leave the house and hang out with friends since her parents were oddly strict. So the only time I would be able to hang out with her is if I went back to her house, which I wasn't going to do. I was also moving to live with my grandma in another state. It was the best decision for me at that time. I told Beth and she was devastated. I was her only friend and she was trapped alone in that house. A month after that last incident, Joe showed up at my house. He had lended my mom something and was coming to pick it up. They were outside talking for over an hour and I was trying to listen from the window. Basically, Beth told her dad I was moving and he was trying to persuade my mom that I should live with them and that it would be good for me. He said they have so much room in their house and he even had a car I could use. I wouldn't have to pay them anything. My mom, not knowing how creepy Joe is because I never told her, told him she would talk to me about it. I basically told my mom everything that happened with Joe and she was disgusted and told me not to go there. Who knows what would have happened if I stayed with them. Beth was going to be back in school since she was going into her senior year. Her mom was always away for work, which means I would have been alone with Joe, which absolutely terrifies me. This happened 5 years ago. The last time I heard from her was in 2017 after I had moved. Her sister texted me asking if I had heard from Beth. I said no and she basically told me that Beth left home and nobody could reach her. I tried calling and texting her but got no responses. They found Beth shortly after and when I asked if everything was okay, she said just some minor things had happened but she's okay now. She didn't go into detail about what was going on. Makes me wonder what happened for her to have to run away from home. I just hope she's okay now and out of that house.